Hello and welcome to another video. Now in today's video I'm going to show you why people are nuking Whitespring and why it's so good, and what happens if you get too close in the blast zone to a nuke. I'm going to stay on the edge so I can still retrieve my loot, but I just want to see what happens. Yeah, so you don't stand a chance. Basically I've got XO1 armor on, it doesn't start bringing health down, it just literally obliterates you instantly. So I'm just going to pick my stuff up and I'm going to jump into Whitespring, and then I can show you why everyone's nuking this location. Now the best thing about here is, you can do this most of the time, but when a nuke drops especially, you can get in the space of 30 minutes what it would take you all day to do just wandering the wastelands. Loot wise, that's how much stuff you'll get here. Just get rid of these around the outside and then we'll actually jump into Whitespring Golf Club. I'm going to show you the methods that I use to get the most out of the loot here. A lot of people just go to the golf club and then they will stay there for the entire time of the nuke or the blast zone, whatever you want to call it, being there. In my opinion, that's not the best method, as you're going to be competing with a ton of other people for the loot. So even already there's a few people arriving now here, as you saw from the minute the nuke actually landed. And it's just going to get busier and busier, which I will show you further on in the video. Now once we're here, we usually come across, obviously these warm ones, but there's usually a Wendigo around as well. Yeah, he's there at the end. If you can get in here first, you can get the Wendigo kill, which is beneficial if you're looking for stim packs or screws. Let's just get rid of this guy as well. Okay. You don't want to go down. Okay, so we're going to leave the golf club because, as I was saying, it's not really the method I use. I go there at the start. If you get there early, go to the golf club, get as many gone as you can, and then I will move on. So I'm just going to use the fainting to get rid of my disease that I caught in the golf club. If you're unaware of this fountain, I'll leave a description in a video that I did previously, just showing you what this fountain does. I'm going to head up to these buildings here, these like lodges up here. Now what I do every time the nuke lands, or even if I'm just here without the nuke, because there's always high level enemies, basically just complete this same circle, and that's how I get the weapons that I'm currently using, just by farming here. So at the minute, as you can see, it's very low on health, but I've got my super sledge, which is a hunter's super sledge, so I actually get plus 30% damage against animals with this, and I actually got this item just by doing what I'm doing now. And then the second item I use, which I'm going to switch to now, is this axe, which gives me plus 30% damage on Scorched, so it's great to switch between the two. And this is another item I got just by doing these circles basically of Whitespring. This is the next building I'm going to enter. Sometimes this is really busy, sometimes there's about 3 or 4 enemies in here, so we'll have a look. They're normally at the doors waiting for you, so I'm hoping someone's not beating me into this part. Oh no, here we go. So we'll take this guy out. Normally when you take one out, the rest will come just back up. Make it a bit easy for you. Yeah, there we go. They are a bit more placid at the moment. I'll be surprised if there's only 2 in this building, so we're just going to carry on looting and looking, see what we can find. Here we go. Just going out the window. Now, I tend to find the first loop I do, I don't know if it's because the nuke's only just landed, but the legendaries are super rare, like you're just not finding any. And then the more loops I do, I start bumping into more and more legendaries and able to farm them legendary items, the armors and the weapons, which seems to be the case today as well. As you can see, I've gone around and not really seen any legendaries as yet. But again, even if like not even one legendary turns up, which they 100% will do, but if they didn't, just by doing this you're still going to get better loot and more loot than spending all day in the wastelands. It's just a really good tip if you're a lower level, just be careful being here, but get a hazmat suit or whatever if you can't yet wear some of the armors, get involved and just do what you can do. If you need to stay back a little bit, let the higher level guys take care of things, you just make sure you're getting one hit on the guys, and at least you can get benefit from the loot still. There we go, we've got a legendary now, so I'm hoping that's going to be the start of seeing more of these guys around. Now again, now we've killed him, I'm sure more are going to turn up. Now if you get a few of them coming at you, as we are doing right now, just back off. They're going to try and corner you. If you can get out of the way and just give yourself a little bit of room, they're going to follow you, they're going to come for you, but they're going to come more single file like this, and you can take care of them a lot easier. If you just stay in that corner and let them pummel you, you're probably going to die, and you're going to take a ton of radiation damage as well, which when you're in a nuke zone, you're going to be taking that anyway. So with these adding to it, you're just going to be taking more rad away all the time. Don't worry, once we get rid of these guys, we are going to check what that legendary had on him. Let's hit this guy. There we go. Right, let's jump back inside and see what he's got. So as you can see, he's got a legendary armor piece on him. That's the first legendary we come across, and we're doing alright. So, and we'll get that. We'll see more legendaries, and they'll all have these legendary items on them, and that's why this is such a good location. Now, there is the Fisher site as well, which people nuke probably equally as often as they do White Spring. In my opinion, that is not as good as a loot spot as here. Another really good thing is everyone's high level, so people, look at this, just dropping weapons that they might not want to use, it might not be what they're looking for, but they've got so much loot on them at White Spring now that they just drop it, but it could be the best weapon you have. You might pick that weapon up and it could now be your number one weapon. It's another great reason why it's such a good loot spot. And this will happen time and time again with weapons that might be better than what you're currently using. We've got another bag here, we'll check this one out. Another really good item, high level, just been dropped on the floor. And the difference between here and the Fisher site is you're not going to see the bags that people drop because the ground is quite long, so you're going to struggle to see. And this guy's completely dead. Tried to pick him up, but couldn't do. Get more legendaries appearing again now. And also, apart from the Scorched Beast Queen, which, yeah, when you take her out, it's great, and you are going to get, you're going to get good rewards for that, and you get a decent amount of caps. But for just general looting, this for me is definitely the best nuke site. So you see, it gets a bit crazy at the golf club, but there's some enemies then that the guy behind me just took out, which I didn't get a hit on, so I won't be able to benefit from any of that loot. That's the only thing you need to be careful about at the golf club. That's why I'll come here and I'll move on to another location. I'm just going to try and find that legendary because I definitely did get a hit on him. Here it is, and again, another decent item. Which these items I'm not going to be using, I'm going to be throwing them away, which again is a perfect example of what I was saying before about you might if you're a lower level, just go in and have a look for them items people are dropping even, and you'll be able to take them in, trade them in, or if you can use them, great. Some of them are, like you said, most of these were like level 45, level 50 items. So if you're that level and you can benefit from it, great. But if not, you'll be able to trade them in, etc. Okay, we're just going around doing the loop again just to see what other legendaries are about. So in this video I probably spent about 20 minutes here, if that. Oh, another example there at the bottom of the screen. Plenty of XP, you are going to level up crazy here, and that's not just when there's a nuke. Come here all the time and you'll just level up so quickly. So someone's wanted, so he's probably going to get destroyed off. If you're in this area, just be careful what you're doing. If you start going crazy and you start hitting other players by accident, you'll definitely pay the price for it, because a lot of people come in groups, and again a lot of high level people do come here. That guy's wanted, I don't imagine him lasting much longer at all. Here he is, and as I mentioned, there's a gang going now, and there you go, he's dead. He dropped his bag, but I'm not going to loot him. I'm not that kind of guy. I feel a bit sorry for him, but that's what happens. I just want to show you. Be careful where you're swinging your weapons, etc. Because if you catch one of them, they're probably going to just kill you. They're not going to mess about. That's why I'm just going to take my time with this guy. Don't really want to hit him by accident. I've hit the legendary, so I'll get the loot regardless. But just by staying back and being a bit more careful might ensure that you survive. And I've got a ton of junk on me, so I don't want to be dying over something stupid as accidentally catching someone in my act. Okay, so the weapon I've just picked up. Is it showing? I'm just going to look. I'm sure I picked it up. Where is it? Okay. Ah, there we go. It's just spawned in now. It's just taking its time. Another legendary weapon. So this is the one where, if your character's a junkie basically and he's withdrawing, the weapon will do more damage than if you're not withdrawing. So I am doing another video at the moment, and it will be released just shortly after this one, which basically shows you what happens if you go to the Fisher site to do your nuke. Show you against the Scorched Beast Queen and the benefits of going there. Again, in my opinion, this is the better location, but I will show you the other location so you can make your own opinions. Again, if you're low level, come down here, get involved, get the loot. You're going to get a lot better stuff than what you've currently got. And that was it. I didn't want to go too much into detail, just want to show you what you can do and how you can benefit from coming here when the nuke is dropped. And also a great location when there is no nuke. You're still going to level up loads and you're still going to get a ton of loot. I hope this video was useful. If you're a Fallout fan, please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel, as there's more Fallout videos on the way, and I've already done some which you can see on my channel. And that's everything, guys. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one very soon.